An ABC News Brief brought to you by...
Oh, thank you. I really shouldn't.
Oh, come on now. Since when is my Zelda champagne shot?
Hardly ever. Listen to the band. Come on, let's go watch. Come on.
23 Skidoo.
Cortland resident.
Oh, hello. Is this Mr. Cortland?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm one of the waiters at the party tonight.
Oh, well, I'm Mrs. Kate Martin calling, and I would like to speak to my granddaughter, Mrs. Tara Brent. Now, if you'll just bring her to the phone, please.
I'm afraid I don't know Mrs. Brent, ma'am.
Well, she's there with my son, Dr. Joe Martin, and his wife. Just locate them, and they'll...
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. There are so many people here, and they're all wearing masks.
Well, surely there's somebody there who can point them out to you. Now, listen, it is very important...
Maybe if you call back again.
Well, all right. Thank you. What in the name of heaven am I going to do? Oh, dear.
May I help you, ma'am?
Oh, my good man. By any chance, have you seen Mr. Cortland? I can't seem to find him anywhere.
No, ma'am, I'm afraid I haven't.
Oh. Whatever shall I do?
Oh, here you are, Mrs. Tyler. I understand you've been looking for me.
Oh, Nina, my darling, thank heaven you are available. I can't seem to locate your father. He's disappeared into thin air.
I know. Mrs. Murdoch's been looking for him, too.
Oh, probably for the same reason that I am. You see, my darling, it is high time that we served your birthday cake. But Palmer made me swear that I would check with him first. But I can't find him. Do you suppose we should just go ahead without him?
I don't know. I mean... Oh, I'm sure that he'd want to be here. Why don't we wait just for a little while longer, and he'll be back any minute.
I know you're up there, Daisy. I'm warning you. For the last time, if you don't come down, I'll set this dog loose on you. I'm dead serious, Daisy. This Doberman is trained to kill. One word from me, and he'll slash that beautiful face of yours to shreds. Is that what you want, Daisy? To be found torn to bits as a trespasser on my property? How dare you? How dare you try to reveal yourself to my daughter? I'll count to 10. If you're not down by then, I'll let this dog loose on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oscar, my book.
Relax, Michael. Nothing broke.
He's just edgy. The doctor says it's too much caffeine.
Well, why don't you drink Sanka-Brand, decaffeinated coffee?
I only like real coffee.
Sanka-Brand is real coffee. Taste it.
It's terrific.
I see you're drinking Sanka-Brand.
Yep, now the only one around.
Sounds perfect. The room is lovely and the beautiful surroundings.
Of course, that's why I chose it. It's right smack in the middle of the French Quarter. And it's got to be the most romantic setting in the entire world.
Oh. Wally?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
I'm just a little bit ticked off, that's all.
Did you see Devin?
Yeah, I saw Devin. She threw me out.
Threw you out?
Where?
A play rehearsal. Evidently, it's what they call a closed set.
Oh, you mean the director was upset?
No, I mean Devin was upset. She told me I wasn't wanted there.
Honey, I'm sorry. I had no idea that she would ever, not welcome you there.
Yeah, well, that's life, right? You live and you learn. So, how's Bonnie?
Oh, she's fine. She's fine. She's sleeping away.
Good. I think I'll go up and check on her.
Look, don't run off on our account, though.
Look, I'm not I just need some time to cool off. Look, I'm sorry, Miss Shepherd. I love Devin, but it's just that...
Honey, I understand. You're hurt.
Look, if you'll excuse me.
It is like walking a tightrope with these two.
There's just not a thing that you can do about it.
No, not if my daughter won't even talk to me.
Well, it's something that they have got to work out themselves,
But
you know.
what went wrong? What did I do wrong with my daughter?
Probably nothing at all, Myla. But even if you did, you know, it still comes down to the child.
Honey, you never stop wishing that you could be of help. Oh, now what?
That's Devin's apology.
Oh,
What
don't
do you
I
bet?
wish? Okay, I bet you. Hello?
Hello, Ellen. It's Kate Martin. I'm sorry
Sorry to call you so late, but is Paul still there?
Yes, he is. Just a moment, please. It's your mother, and she sounds very upset.
Yeah, Kate, what's up?
Paul, I just got an overseas call from Philip.
Philip?
Yeah.
Philip, he's all right. Or I think he's all right, but we had such a dreadful connection. I could hardly hear a word he said, and then we were cut off.
Well, where was he calling from?
Some island in the Caribbean, I think. But, Paul, the problem is I can't reach Tara. Nobody seems to know her there at the Cortlands, and I'm sure Philip's going to call back.
Okay, now look, Kate, just take it easy. Now I'll be right over, all right? So long.
Phil?
Yeah, it's an overseas call, and Kate just couldn't hear him very well, and then they were cut off.
Oh, is he all right?
Well, I assume so. It's just that Kate's trying to get in touch with Tara.
She's at the Cortlands, isn't
Yes,
she?
I know, and so I'm probably going to have to go over there for
Fine, fine. Go.
Bye.
Go to Tara. Go to your mother. Honey, this is wonderful.
Let me out, will you?
There you go.
Bye.
Drive carefully. No.
9, 10. All right, Dixie, this is it. I've given you fair warning. I'm going to release this dog.
Palmer, what are you doing?
You stay out of this.
Palmer, what are you doing with that dog?
You brought this on yourself, bringing that woman here.
What woman? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Daisy, whom you had the audacity to bring into my home.
That is ridiculous.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what you two have been up to. Trying to plot against me, trying to turn my daughter against me.
Palmer, come away from here, please, before you do something you truly regret.
Do you want me to turn this dog on both of you? Because that's exactly what I'll do unless your daughter comes down here and faces this out.
You would not dare.
Oh, wouldn't I dare? Well, you just try me. You have pushed me too far this time. Expecting me to be blind to Daisy's presence on these grounds. The mysterious woman in red dancing with Cliff Warner, dropping her scarf, reeking of perfume, and this shoe. How do you think this dog tracked her? Well, don't deny it. You brought her into this house. You brought her in this house, and you've been plotting to destroy me as though you had a chance in hell of doing that. Well, I warned you. I warned both of you what would happen if Daisy tried to see Nina again.
All right, I brought Daisy here. She begged, she pleaded to see her daughter, her own flesh and blood.
Well, now she has seen her, and now she will pay for it.
Palmer, wait, stop. You will pay for it with your life.
Well, it'll be worth it to see your daughter's throat torn out, to see your daughter torn beyond recognition as a trespasser on my property.
What about your daughter? What about Nina? The one you live for, the one who is your whole life.
She will never know, because you won't be here to tell her. Well, I should have done this a long time ago, Myra. Wiped my life clean of both you and your daughter once and for all.
Hey, plumber, look! Our new house has an old clog.
Well, stop failing.
Oh, this leftover crystal drain opener says...
Crystal? Use my liquid plumber. Just pour it in and it works.
No bailing.
No.
spooning.
No.
No mess.
No way. Liquid plumber.
You can depend on Johnson.
Nothing works like Johnson's to help keep babies dry.
There's no way at all to trace this call? No, yes, of course I do. I understand. And thank you very much, operator. You've been very helpful. Right. Goodbye.
The line's all down?
No, it's not that. It's just the call was made on some kind of a radio phone, and it seems that there are a number of them were knocked out by some sort of atmospheric disturbance in the area.
Well, Paul, what are we going to do?
Now, you're sure, you're just positive that Philip did not mention the name of the island that he was calling from?
No. He said something about an island off the coast of South America. I just assumed it was the Caribbean.
Yeah, which, of course, even then could be one of many, so...
Oh, Paul, the irony of this situation. Tara hasn't been out of the house one night until now, since she got back from Washington. Not one.
It's entirely possible that he's going to call again, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go and get her.
No, you're not either. I want you to stay here. Now, I will go over to get Tara. But now, look, if he calls, you tell him that I'm getting her, all right? And for goodness sake, Kate, get the name of that island that he's calling from, will you? And tell him that I will be back here just as quick as I possibly can.
Killing me would be the most foolish thing you have ever done, Palmer.
Just think of the satisfaction it would give me. No more of your badgering, no more of your taunts, just a quiet, peaceful existence with my daughter.
Quiet, peaceful existence behind bars is what you would accomplish.
For killing a trespasser, for protecting my own property.
All right, then what about your daughter? Instead of all those lies that you have told her, do you really want the whole truth to come out at last?
No way for the truth to come out, not with both you and Daisy out of the way.
You must really think that I'm a fool if you don't know that I have taken precautions against just this sort of thing happening.
Precautions? What precautions?
I've written a will. It is in Lincoln Tyler's office safe at this moment.
So?
So, along with the will, there is a letter addressed to Nina to be opened in the event of my death, telling her everything.
You're bluffing.
When my death is reported, that letter is to be delivered to Nina. Nina will know that her mother is alive. She will know that you banished her mother from her life and told her that her mother was dead. She will know that you kept them separated for 15 years when you knew how she loved and longed for her mother, and you will lose your daughter. You will be banished from her life, and you know that as well as I am standing here.
What is it you want?
I want my daughter's safety.
So that she can turn my daughter against me? Never.
Daisy will never see Nina again. She will never contact Nina again. She will leave this place and she will never return, and I give you my word.
Your word? I took your word once before.
This time you can count on it. And I do this gladly because of my daughter's sake.
If I call this dog off, that woman is never to return to this house under pain of death. Is that understood?
Perfectly.
Mr. Corton, are you in there? Is there anything wrong, sir?
No, nothing wrong. I thought there was a prowler on the grounds. I was mistaken.
I see. Well, they're looking for you up at the house. Mrs. Tyler feels it's time to serve Miss Nina's cake.
Well, tell them to go ahead. I'll be up in a moment.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Hughes. Would you take the Doberman back?
Yes, of course, sir.
Thank you. And Hughes, do you have the keys to the car with you?
Yes, sir. Will you be going out, sir?
Not I. Mrs. Murdoch has an errand to run.
I see.
That'll be all, Hughes. I'll be up presently.
Yeah, I'll tell them, sir. Come.
Well?
It's all right, Daisy. You can come down. May I have my shoe, please?
How dare you insinuate yourself into my daughter's life?
My daughter, Palmer. My baby. And she'll always be my baby.
Whom you shall never see again as long as you live. I want you off these grounds now. I want nothing further to do with you. As far as I'm concerned, you are dead.
Not so fast, Palmer. After all, your little secret from my daughter does still require my cooperation.
And you will cooperate if you value your life.
And you will pay for my cooperation.
I shall pay nothing. You're lucky to walk out of here alive.
Oh, but I'm not walking out of here. Not until you agree to pay. And Palmer, the way things are these days, it's going to cost you twice as much.
I remember when I was a kid, the wonderful aromas from my mother's Italian cooking sauce when she cooked things like chicken cacciatore. Oh. Now with ragu Italian cooking sauce, my wife can make anything taste Italian, too. It's made with the same good things Mama used.
Oh, Peggy, you cook like Mama.
Ragu Italian cooking sauce.
You know this. Monday on ABC.
Twice as much? You must be dreaming.
No, just asking payment for value received.
Oh, what's the matter, Daisy? One of your lovers can't support you? Or are you too old for that kind of value received?
If you think you can't afford it, Palmer, I'll be very glad to stay right here with my daughter.
Over my dead body.
What a lovely thought.
Now stop that! Both of you. Palmer is right. It would not be good for Nina to see you.
Her own mother, who loves her as life itself.
And who walked out on her for one of her gigolos.
He was a man, Palmer. He was more of a man than you will ever be.
A man who deserted her, left her at the mercy for every other freeloader on the Riviera.
Oh, but it's been a good life, with fun and love. Love, Palmer. That's something you don't know anything about.
I know enough about that kind of love not to want it inflicted on my daughter.
Do you think that what you're telling Nina is love? That I had diabetes? That I died as a result of her birth?
Better than the truth? That her mother was a tramp handed from one man to another?
But no man was as bad as her own father. Because I wasn't even a person to you, was I? I was just a possession.
Daisy, stop. No one is saying that Palmer's an ideal parent.
Nobody better say it.
But he is her father. She loves him.
No. No, she fears him just the way I did.
She trusts him. She depends on him, and you cannot take that away from her and give her nothing in return.
My love for her is nothing?
She feels your love. She has her fantasy. Don't take that from her. Don't disillusion her with the truth.
No. No. No.
himself. Daisy, I will be here. I will see to it that she leads a normal life.
Well, so would I. If I stayed.
You must go. You must. I will see to it that he arranges suitable monthly payments. I will see to it that you receive them. Is that agreeable, Palmer?
If that's what it takes to get her out of my life.
It is the only alternative for both of you.
Just so long as Palmer understands that suitable means twice as much money.
If you keep your part of the bargain, it'll be worth it.
And there's just one other thing, dear husband. I had the chance to dance with that young doctor, Cliff Warner. And I don't want you to do anything to interfere with him.
I absolutely agree.
And if I hear of you doing anything to come between Nina and Dr. Warner, I'll be back. Faster than you can snap your fingers.
Well, Palmer.
It's a closed issue. I don't wish to discuss it any further.
Just so you are aware of the consequences should you cause them any more trouble.
It's been made quite clear. Get the car and bring it around here. I'll wait with Daisy.
But she has to go change her clothing.
You can send it to her.
But she has to have a change and overnight bag.
I'll give you 10 minutes to get what you need and bring the car back here. There's a train leaving here in 1 hour. I want her on it, and I want you to stay with her until the train is pulled out and she is safely out of town.
Very well, Palmer.
Mama, wait. I'll go with you. I don't want to be alone with him. I don't trust him.
You needn't worry, Daisy. Palmer would not dare hurt you now. Beautiful.
Looks good enough to eat.
I want to thank all of you for coming. It's very special for me tonight. Well, it looks like I'm going to need a lot of help cutting this.
Maybe I can help. I'm supposed to be good with a knife. Here, help. And another.
Beautiful.
Gonna get it out. Well done, Doctor.
You'll have to taste, see if it's good.
Delicious. Listen, everybody. I have requested a special song for this special occasion, and I would be very happy if all of you would share this dance with Nina and me on the dance floor.
Nina, look at Cliff. He looks like he's 10 feet off the ground.
Isn't this exciting? You know, I wish they could announce their engagement now instead of having to keep it a secret.
I don't know how much longer it's going to stay a secret. Look at the way those two are looking at each other.
Oh, Cliff. I wonder if I'll ever be this happy again.
You will. Don't worry.
When?
On the day that we are married.
Oh, yes. That'll be the happiest day of my life.
Take care. Oh! Hey, how come you're so late? You missed the birthday cake.
Barry, no, look, I'm not here as a guest. I've come to find Tara.
There's nothing wrong, I hope.
Oh, no, if anything, it's wonderful news. Did you happen to see her?
Yeah, I just saw her, as a matter of fact, a little while ago in the library.
Library.
Oh,
where's that?
You go in this grand hall here, bear left, then you make a left. You can't miss it.
Left. Good. Thanks.
Take care. Tara,
Oh, I didn't know you were coming.
I've come to take you home.
Why? Is it Charlie?
No, Charlie's fine. It's Philip. He's alive, Tara. He's been trying to reach you.
All My Children will continue in a moment. Planet of the Apes Week on the 4:30 movie.
Wally, may I come in?
Yeah, sure, Miss Shepard. Come on in.
Oh, you're studying. I don't want to intrude.
No, please. I can use the break.
Honey, I am so sorry for what Devin did.
Miss Shepard, you know how things have been since I came back from St. Louis. Instead of getting better, they've gotten worse. We hardly even talk to each other unless it's an argument. We just don't seem to have anything in common anymore. Maybe we never did.
It's just a period of adjustment. It'll pass.
No, it should have passed by now. I can't describe to you the separation that lies between us. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that we cannot go on this way.
How can it be wrong when our love for one another has lasted this long? I need you, Becky. I love you.
I love you too, Jonathan.
My darling, I will never leave you again. Never.
And curtain. Nice work, kids. Just a couple of notes.
I know. I gave him the wrong cue. I'm sorry.
You did? When?
Yeah, before the
Never mind wrong cues if the emotion was right, and it was pretty much all the way through. Dev, you were right on that time. I really believe those kisses, every one of them. Your love for Jonathan, your fighting that love, and then succumbing to it, you were totally convincing, all the way. As if you were really feeling it that time, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, you know, I just felt it falling into place, and I just went with it.
Good. Now, whatever you were using, hold on to it.
Okay.
And Sean, very good. I haven't got any notes for you.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Now, that seems in pretty good shape. Tomorrow night, we'll work on the homecoming scene in Act 1. That still needs some polishing. So go home, brush up on your lines, and be here tomorrow night at the same time, okay?
Okay, boss.
All right, I got a split. Lock up for me, will you, Sean? Right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mike.
Nice work, both of you.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Well.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Here you go, Becky.
Oh, my. How very gallant.
No, Jonathan is gallant. Sean is a slob.
Oh, he is, huh? Who says?
Big brother Tom says.
Uh-oh.
So, why didn't your husband stick around and watch for a while?
Oh, well, I didn't really think he should. I mean, rehearsal's private. I'm afraid I might have hurt his feelings, though, by asking him to leave.
Oh, I'm sure he understands.
Thank you.
I mean, you might have, well, felt a little uptight with him watching those love scenes.
No, that's not it exactly. Well, Wally's not very happy about me doing this play in the first place.
Yeah. Well, he'll change his mind after the opening night. I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
gonna love it.
I hope so. I hope so. I know.
So, how about having a cup of coffee with me?
Oh, I would love to. Really, I would, but I don't think so.
Oh, come on. It won't take that long. We'll just run over to the Harp.
No, really, I'd like to, but Wally will be waiting up for me.
Okay. I'll take a rain check, though.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Sure. Any night you say.
Okay. Right, good night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mike was right, you know. You were really terrific tonight. Really.
Oh, well, thank you. You were terrific, too.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're a wonderful actor.
Oh, well, I really consider that a compliment coming
Oh,
from you.
come on. You don't want to spoil me now.
Well, sounds to me like you could use some spoiling.
Well, anyway, thank you. Good night.
Good night. And with a little practice, you might get a lot better, Mrs. McFadden.
6% sugar, 19% sugar. Most cold cereals are made with processed sugar. Some are more than 40% added sugar. If you don't want that much sugar, you want spoon-sized shredded wheat. We make it out of one...
And look like this, with Fancy Fingers. For longer, more natural-looking nails, try Fancy Fingers.
I feel like I'm running out on Nina.
Been that worried about her 15 years ago, you wouldn't have walked out on her.
I had to. I had no choice.
You had a choice. You chose to leave for selfish reasons.
Oh, right. Like mother, like daughter, huh?
I didn't desert you. Got you what I thought was every advantage. Wasn't a bad life for a while.
You can live your life without love. It was perfect.
Where you gonna go?
To New York. It's where the train is going, isn't it?
You gonna stay there?
It's too cold.
So?
I don't know. Maybe I'll fly to Morocco. It's warm there this time of year.
self-indulgent as always.
It's my life.
Should think you'd want to do something constructive with it.
Well, maybe I would have, if my mother hadn't forced me into a marriage with a man I couldn't stand.
I wasn't that much against it at the time.
At the time, I was in love with Morgan. I could have married him.
Gardener, parcel of kids, servants' quarters.
It wouldn't have been so bad. At least I would have had love.
You don't know what it is.
Maybe you don't, but I do. I know what it's like to lie in a man's arms and to be wanted by him and to want him. Not like it was with Palmer, where I hated his every touch.
You got everything else a girl could want.
And now? Now I got nothing. That's all thanks to you, you know. If my life is a mess, it's your fault, not mine.
Father, where have you been? You missed my birthday cake.
I'm sorry, darling. I had a very, very important business call. Well, how was it? Was it all right?
Oh, it was beautiful. We cut the cake and then everyone sang happy birthday. Oh, Father, this has been the most wonderful evening of my life.
Oh, well, it's not over yet. I should let you go back to your guests.
No, I want this one moment alone with you so I can thank you.
I'm glad.
Were you looking for that woman that Cliff was dancing with?
What makes you ask that?
Well, he said that you had a lot of questions about her, and that also she was wearing a scarf of Mother's from the attic.
Well, yes.
Is that true?
Yes, I did think she was wearing the same scarf, but I was mistaken. No, the woman turned out to be a friend of Phoebe Tyler's, after all.
Well, Cliff said she was very charming.
Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't meet her.
Father, are you enjoying the party? You look rather strange.
Oh, no, darling, no. It's, well, it could be that telephone call. There were so many business things to take care of. Well, you look radiant. Being 19 obviously agrees with you.
Well, I definitely liked celebrating her like this. Well, Father, it's been like a fairy tale. Everybody dressed in costumes and dancing.
Well, I'm delighted. Nothing pleases me more than to see you pleased. It's what I want more than anything in the world. For my little girl to lead a charmed life with all of her dreams coming true.
There's one dream I have that'll never come true.
Now, what is that, darling?
I just wish that my mother could be here so she could see how far I've come.
Well, I'm sure she knows. Wherever she is.
Just think, 19 years ago today, she was giving birth to me, and then 4 years later...
Don't think about that, darling.
Oh, I'm sorry, Father. It must be painful for you, too.
No, life goes on, darling. We mustn't dwell on the morbid side of things. That's all in the past now. Just a memory.
Well, there it is.
You let me know where you are.
Well, I better. If I want my hush money.
It wasn't all bad.
No. At least I had a glimpse of my daughter.
You were able to relieve her mind of an awful lot of guilt about your death.
Yes, I was. Daisy Spirit was able to do that, wasn't it?
I wish you well, Daisy.
Oh. This isn't goodbye, Mother. I'll see you again. For sure.
You know, they say we are what we eat.
On One Life to Live.
You have the nerve to call somebody else devious when in fact you're trying to steal my show away from me? Well, let me tell you something, lady. You're not gonna get away with it.
And on General Hospital.
I happen to know that I am a very passionate person.
Well, then how about showing me just how passionate you really are?
Is Anne giving in to her feelings? One Life to Live, General Hospital, weekdays.
I see. Well, thank you, Mr. Nash. Thank you very much. It's a great relief to all of us. Yes. Good night, sir. He's safe.
Oh, where is he?
Apparently he's on some remote island off the coast of South America.
Why didn't Nash tell us this at first?
Well, Nash said he was going to, but Phil insisted that he said he was going to call personally.
Oh, but how? I mean, isn't there some way we can get through to him or him to us?
Honey, there isn't. Apparently the only way of communicating with the island is by radio telephone, and there's some kind of technical problem there.
Oh, we know that, but for how long?
Well, we just don't know. We don't know. But Nash said that he's sure Phil is going to keep on trying to get through to us, so we just have to be patient and wait.
Patient and wait? Dad, that's all I've been doing for the past months.
Darling, listen. He's safe. I mean, we know that now, and surely that will make the waiting a lot easier.
I know, and I'm very grateful. But I want to speak to my husband. I want to hear his voice. I want to tell him. There's so much I want to tell him.
I know you do, sweetheart. We all know that. And you will get your chance, believe me. Because he's going to keep on trying, and if he doesn't get through tonight, he will soon.
And sweetheart, he's out of danger. That's the important thing. Now Philip is well, and he'll be back with us soon.
Gran, oh, sweetheart, it'll be all right. It's going to be all right. Oh, Ruth.
I know. I know I am, too. I have my son back. Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Well, Bonnie's asleep. Everything's fine.
Good.
I'm sorry, Wally. Really, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry for intruding on you.
No, you didn't intrude. You have every right to come to my rehearsal. I shouldn't have asked you to leave. I know that hurt you.
Look, forget about it, will you?
I can't forget about it if you're going to go on being angry with me.
I'm not angry with you, Devin. I'm just a little hurt, that's all. You make me feel like an outsider.
You're not an outsider. You're not. You're my husband. I love you. Too long, Molly.
What happened?
Don't talk, Wally. Just love me.
I love you. I love you more than anything in this world.
Know what the big news in yogurt is? Grape-fed cereal.
Introducing creamy, crunchy yogurt. You make it yourself with grape nuts. To the creamy goodness of yogurt, add the crunchy goodness of grape nuts. Grape nuts.
Stop, gentlemen, prefer Hanes.
Tomorrow, Chris is #1 on the hit list of a fast-moving ring of thieves on Charlie's Angels. Tomorrow on ABC.